Hey gamers, welcome back to another episode of the PTGC podcast. I'm your host Gerard. Joining me, my co-host. Can you guys say welcome to Mike and Gio?
What's
What's up,
up?
guys?
Yeah, seem a little different. Today we'll be talking on the podcast for ours. That's right, the PTGC top 10 favorite video game movies. We know that there are a lot of video games movies out there, and we do know majority of them are bad. But we do have our favorites, and we'd like to go through our top 10. We're not going to go into depth in our 10 through 4, but we will for our top 3. So starting us off for our number 10 spot is Detective Pikachu. Now, Detective Pikachu is a Pokemon movie, so a Pokemon movie had to have made it on here at one point, and I think the best one would be Detective Pikachu. Came very popular and was seen by most like new age kids and the old school kids who like Pokemon. So I think that deserves a spot at number 10. Number 9, we'll be sending it to Gio to give us the number 9 movie.
Number 9, we selected Sonic for the top 10. If you watched it, you'll know it's pretty cool how they, especially listen to the gamers that didn't like the first design and they changed it, and Jim Carrey really helped bring that movie to life. So that's why it's on our top 10.
All right. Now going to our number 8, Mike, give it away.
So our number 8 is Uncharted, the movie with Tom Holland and
Mark Wahlberg.
Sorry, I am sick, so that's forgive me for just blanking out on that.
Wow.
But
wow.
if you ever played the game and the movie, I thought it was very well made, but I think the potential could have been higher. That's why it's not higher on the ranking. I think it's ranked right where it's at. So Uncharted as the number 8.
All right. Going back to me for our number 6 spot. Or 7th spot, I believe. Yes. So we have on our number 7, Resident Evil. So the original Resident Evil movies in particular. That movie came out. I would say it was very popular for the audience. The critics for video game movies are always tough. But the audience took it very well. It had its the original game design of Umbrella and the Hive as a thought, and from comparing to the other Resident Evil movies, live action, the most that's closely tied to the horror aspects of the video game, and that's why it's our number 7. Gio, can you give us our number 6?
Number 6, we picked Ready Player One. I'm not gonna say too much, but I think the biggest standout about it is it being directed by Steven Spielberg. Seeing Steven Spielberg dive into the video game world was pretty cool, and I feel like he did the movie. He did justice to the video game scene with that movie.
All right, then we're heading on to our number 4. Mike, what is it?
I think you mean number 5.
Yeah,
Oh,
5.
it's a number 5? Number 5. Yeah. I'm a loser.
Yeah,
I'm a scrap, but I don't know math.
you don't know the numbers.
I don't know.
But the number 5 we picked is Wreck-It Ralph. I'm not gonna say much because kind of totally forgot this is what Gio picked. I believe
It was both of ours picks, and I think we bum rushed it to 5. Okay.
They did a lot of good things with different characters from different games. I feel like they made that arcade all-in-one game arcade machine with all the games you can play. It was really cool how they did that.
so. That's why it's 5.
Movie game.
All right. Well, we're back into our normal numbers with 4. 4 is a real number. And for our 4, we picked Free Guy. Free Guy is a relatively new movie. It is not based on a specific video game, but the video game culture as a whole. And I do think it plays very well into like callbacks for video gamers and also just being a good movie. You didn't have to be a gamer in order to enjoy that movie. So that's why it's our top 4. It's our 4th place. Now, moving into our top 3, which we're going to get more extensive explanations. Number 3, Geo. What is our choice?
For number 3, we picked the Super Mario movie, the newest one, the animated one. For all those, just making sure you guys know it wasn't that terrible disaster of the 90s. No, but seriously, guys, if you guys seen it, I feel like we talked about this. Probably one of the games that we felt was more true to the actual game, or movie that was actually true to the game, and the design of it, the animation behind it, the characters or actors that they had to portray these characters kind of brought it to life. Like, I don't know about you guys, but Jack Black as Bowser was like, if somebody would have said, hey, they're gonna do that, I would have been like, what? But then when you seen him as Bowser, like, he killed that role. He just killed that role. That really was an amazing role. And then when he was like, he brought like a rock style to Bowser and singing and everything like that. I think it was really cool. Maybe one of the critiques is Mario's voice. I know that was an issue for some people, but overall, I feel like that movie was as close to the game as any movie has ever been. Up to you. I don't know how you guys feel on that.
So I know one thing, and the one thing I do know is Mike has not watched this movie. So
I love how you point that out.
Yeah, I forgot.
Well,
I forgot.
yeah, that's why I was like Geo going out to the crowd. I'm just like, Mike hasn't watched this movie. You really want to know my opinion?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, okay. So as someone who likes Super Mario, I do think it was a good movie. I just couldn't get past the voice with Chris Pratt. I was like, there's so many people they could have chose to voice act Mario, and they chose Chris. And I have no problem with the voice in there, but I just couldn't, just like every time I heard it, I was just like, man, this just does not feel like Mario.
And you're not the only one, because a lot of people wish they took the voice actor for the game and used him for the movie. But I understand, you see, and I get it, gamers. Trust me, I'm with you. I wish it was the voice actor from the games, because that's the sound, the voice we're used to hearing. But when you're trying to think about a movie that's going to globally attract attention, having a name like Chris Pratt out there helps draw attention to the movie. So I understood it from a marketing purpose and strategy. So as much as like I really didn't get like hung up on the voice. I kind of tried to. I knew it wasn't going to sound the way I expected, so I let that go from the moment I saw the movie. I just let that out of my head, so it didn't hinder how I felt about the movie.
Yeah. And Mike, from the outside, what do you think about the
I mean, to Gio's point, I don't know if like needing a big star actor to voice over a character that's we all beloved and we all kind of know already. So I don't know if it needed that star power. I think it would have went well if we would have had the original voice for the Mario. I think it still would have made or would have done well in the movie theaters. Now there is an argument that Chris Pratt probably brought more attention to it, but I don't think it would have mattered to me personally. But
And I'm with you. I don't think it needed it, but I understood why they did it. Because you got to think. The thing is, Chris Pratt brought attention to people that never played the Mario game, don't really know about it. But like, hey, it's a kid movie, so they're gonna take their kids to see it, and they know. Oh, I know Chris Pratt, so maybe I'll enjoy the movie. You know what I mean? Like the parents that weren't gamers per se.
I mean, even if you were a gamer, you kind of know Mario, and you kind of know Mario as a kid kind of movie. So I think naturally they would want their kids to see it, regardless of. But I get your point. Don't get me wrong, I get your point, but I just think Mario is such a well-known character.
A global icon. He's a global icon.
Global icon. So it's like does it need it? Star power? Not really, but it's good to have. yeah, but I don't know.
I
What
still
about-
say Jack Black is the one that made that movie, though. Like, I can't
You
relate.
can go. I mean, before we move on, I will say Jack Black got an award for the Peach song, so you're not wrong. Okay. Okay.
But I'm not even going about the music, but I'm
No,
going
I
about
got you. I
it.
got you, man. I got you. I got you. All right, moving on to our number 2 spots. And I do know number 2 comes after number 3. Mike, can you
Are
you
please?
sure?
Maybe. Mike, can you please give us the second top movie for our favorite movies?
I mean, I might be biased, but this should have been number 1. But but our number 2 choice is Gran Turismo. The reason being, it was a really well made movie. You know, it's based off of a true story with taking gamers and taking them to the track and actually having them race. It was well thought out. I thought the acting in it was pretty subpar. But most of the time when you deal with video games or anything, the acting is always the one of the cause reasons why we may not like the movie. Um, but I just thought that the whole movie, how it was set up, the acting in it, I think it was pretty good. And that's why we thought it was number 2. Your
Well,
thoughts?
you and I, because Gerard, I don't think has seen Gran Turismo.
Oh, that's
I think I'm the
right.
only one.
We all have one that we didn't all 3 see.
No, that's not true because I've seen them all. I'm a movie person. No. So, all right. So I'll speak on Gran Turismo since Gerard, you'll probably have to speak with outside.
I'm speaking with the outside view. Yes, one of us has to be on the outside.
So yeah, no, Gran Turismo I felt was a impressively well done movie. I didn't expect it to be the heartfelt how can you say inspirational movie that it actually is and became, because it really was moving. The storyline behind it. Now, me being the movie person I am, obviously I dig more into it. Now I know the storyline is not as accurate as the movie. The real true storyline is a little bit different. He wasn't the original first person to ever win the tournament. He's actually like the second or third. But they changed it for the movie. Obvious purposes and reasons. So,
Continue.
but the way it was done, the acting was really good. They had some star power in there with what's his name? Orlando Bloom. Orlando Bloom was in there. And I thought the young kid playing the main role he did a phenomenal job for I don't know him. I feel like I've seen him in some other work, but I don't know exactly. I can't pinpoint him. But I felt he did a very good job. Really impressive acting for a big movie like that, for gamers at least. So I felt the racing aspect of the movie as well. They made the racing really feel like racing. You felt the speed and the intensity of the racing field and stuff like that. So I thought it was a well done movie, probably one of the best ones and I didn't expect it. That's the best part about it. I said, oh, this Gran Turismo movie, what the hell do I expect from this? I wasn't big on the whole actual that's simulation, right? That's racing simulation, considered that genre. So I was like, oh, this is gonna probably be boring or whack or something. I just didn't expect what we got from it, and I thought it was great. And I thought for me especially, the emotional connection as well as the realistic relationship between the son and the father, and how the son had this wild dream and the father was just like, listen, you got to stop living in the clouds kind of deal. But at the same time, when he realized his son is making his dream come true and he tells him he's proud of him,
Spoilers.
and like the son breaks down. Yeah, my bad. But I'm just trying to make sure you understand.
No. Spoilers.
Yeah,
you don't need to make me understand anything if I haven't seen it. I can't understand what I haven't seen yet, Gio.
Just know it's very heart wrenching at moments.
I'm just gonna put like a screen that says spoilers.
Yes.
All right.
But what do you say, Gerard, from your outside looking in, or what you heard about that movie?
Honestly, So okay, so maybe it's just me, or when it came out, but I
It's just you.
heard very little about the movie, like from an outside, because I don't think my mom's not a big car person, so I would never hear it from my side of the family. Um, and then the people I talk to or anything like that are not big movie people, so the most I would get out of it is during advertisements and like commercials I've seen of it. And I have seen a commercial for Gran Turismo, and I was like, oh, they're making a Gran Turismo. But here's my like little reason why I didn't go. I actually, out of all the car games, like Need for Speed the most. So
Mhm.
it was like it's a Gran Turismo game. Maybe I'll watch it, but maybe I'm gonna watch it now that it's our top two, because if it's saying a lot between you two, maybe I do watch it now. But yeah, that's the reason why I didn't watch it. Just more of a Need for Speed person.
Don't
And that,
disagree.
yeah. That brings us to our number one that we all three, yes, all three of us, 1, 2, 3, have
Debatable.
decided this
He
is our
got
number
outnumbered.
one.
It was 2v1.
He definitely got outnumbered. And that is Final Fantasy VII Advent Children. Now, there is a caveat, a little asterisk I would like to add. If you have not played the video game, this is not going to be a movie for you. This is not going to be the movie for you. You need to play the video game in order to understand the movie. But if you do at least play through the video game, it is the best movie. It is amazing. It hits every story beat. It finishes so many loose ends.
Mhm.
It is like the definition of a good video game movie. The storyline, the plot line, like if you can play the video game and immediately plays it, it feels like you've did not stop playing the video game, because it continues the story and it shows the beats of everything that was going on and to even the aftermath of it. Not going to go into spoiler territory, but one of the main, most important, I would say most influential villain of all video games, Sephiroth, plays a huge part in the movie and is one of the reasons why the movie does so well. I do believe that the voice acting for Sephiroth, the music for Sephiroth, the music in this movie is phenomenal. And like, if you've played Final Fantasy VII, you have not seen this movie, where have you been? You need to watch this movie.
Yeah, I'm not going to disagree. I feel like, especially at that time, I believe it was released in 2004.
2005.
2005. Okay. The animation for it was insane, especially at that time. Maybe not now. People wouldn't be as impressed, but at that time, that was next level.
That's still
was
impressive nowadays. It's still good.
Yeah, I mean, it was awesome because, like, just like you said, it felt like you didn't stop. Like, it was like playing the next game, the next part of the storyline. It was like watching one long, well, it was a movie, but like a long cutscene. So it was awesome. I can't say enough about that movie. I remember me and Steve probably watched that. Me and Steve bought it, and we probably watched it, I don't know, probably like 24 times over the next few months. we just couldn't get enough of it. And because we all wanted that remake, which eventually came down the line, it took a long time. And, Rebirth just came out. So it was cool. I really enjoyed it. And I feel like that was probably one of the best, or the best, that is the best video game movie so far.
All right, Mike, how's the outside looking?
Outside not looking good, okay?
Looking like rain. He's here to rain on our parade. Here we go.
Exactly.
It's gonna be rained,
Yeah,
because that's probably my argument against it, why I didn't think it should be number one, because you have to play the game to kind of know it. Where in Gran Turismo, you don't need to play the game to know the movie and to like the movie, because I mean, take example, Jill just said that his mother likes it, so
Yeah, my mother loved it. My mother loved
Oh.
Gran Turismo.
And she
to be
never played the
fair, though,
game.
Mike, to be fair, I wouldn't have been opposed to putting Gran Turismo 1. I wouldn't have been opposed, but I think Final Fantasy 7 is the only one we've all three watched.
No, Mike hasn't watched it.
He hasn't watched Advent Children?
No.
No.
That's
He
why
did
you
Played
don't
the
know.
game.
That's why you don't know.
But like,
That's right. Yeah.
played the game, but like
The
argument.
I'm the one that watched all of them.
But I think the argument that Gerard said was if you haven't played the game, you're not gonna know what's. And I think that's my argument. But I don't disagree because I know Final Fantasy VII was a great game. I played it and I will watch it. I just I'm not really a big.
When it's been 20 years.
But
They remastered the game. Reboot. They made a new sequel spin-off. Like that's how old it's been. By Square Enix.
I'm not a movie person.
I'm a movie person, so I watch movies all day.
Yeah,
I'm not a movie person. I've seen the movie.
You didn't see Gran Turismo, so I don't want to hear it. I don't
Gran Turismo is not old. This movie came out in 2005, Mike.
So you have no excuse.
But no, I'll tell you what though, Mike, this is true. Final Fantasy VII is a more impactful movie in the gaming culture than Gran Turismo. Final Fantasy VII is a more memorable, bigger franchise. Well, Final Fantasy itself is a bigger franchise than Gran Turismo. So I have to agree with Gerard. You don't rush to see Gran Turismo. I only saw Gran Turismo because I'm a movie person and I knew it was about a game and I was like, okay, I'll check it out, whatever. Like I said earlier, I was really surprised at how good it came out because I wasn't expecting it.
Yes.
Now with Final Fantasy, the gamers that love Final Fantasy had high expectations, and that movie surpassed it. So I have to give it that credit because since you haven't seen it, you know how beloved that game is. You understand that because you hear about it from tons of gamers. Even if it's not our personal favorite Final Fantasy, we know how impactful it is. We know the culture of that game. So for them to make a movie and then surpass the expectations of very high expectations, it's hard to say there's any other video game movie that's better than it.
I don't know. I still think
I
don't.
So here's my answer and closure to our top 10. We're at with this list is the top 10 video game movies, not the top 10 movies.
Yeah. Obviously.
So if it was top 10 movies, obviously Final Fantasy VII wouldn't even be on this list. But it would also mean that Gran Turismo is a better movie, I will agree, but it's not a better video game movie.
But if we were going that route, though, I would have to say, I think Free Guy is probably the best one out of all of them. As a movie, as an overall movie, Free Guy is the best movie. That's just me being honest.
That's going to be another topic.
No. I know, but I'm as a movie fanatic and talking about movies as a movie, I feel Free Guy is the best movie.
All right. I mean, I would have put Mortal Kombat, but that got cut off.
Oh my god! This guy
Mortal Kombat.
My
Mike, we're all giving honorable mentions now. This is our honorable mentions. All right.
It's his. I just want to point out it's his honorable mention.
Yes. If you don't like the OG Mortal Kombat movie, come at me. All right. Anyway.
Shit is trash, bro.
Or fight me. Anyway.
Yeah, 1v1 me. Make the lobby right now.
All right, guys. That is our top 10 video game movies from the PTGC. We hope you enjoyed it. And make sure you leave a comment down below on your favorite video game movie, or if you have any disagreements or agreements with our list. We will see you in the next video. Peace.
Later.
Thank you for watching this episode of the Part-Time Gamers Podcast. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to our channel for more content like this. And follow us on our other social platforms on TikTok, Instagram, and Discord. Links for those will be provided in the description. Thank you again. We will see you on the next episode of the podcast. And make sure you make some time for video games. Peace.